What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. This is REAPER. I am testing a wonderful, nice little experiment, quote unquote. And, ever wonder what would happen to me if I was unfiltered as shit and just spoke my mind of whatever I heard? Well, this is a little experiment. And if you like this, please leave a like and a comment and let me know if you want me to do more of these in this upcoming year. So, what I'm going to do is, assuming this works, I am going to share my screen with you guys, and I am going to dissect this wonderful YouTuber named One Boom, and he's actually a pretty cool kid. He's young, and he's actually quite popular. And he did a rant this morning that I couldn't help have little thoughts in my head while I was listening to it. And I thought I'd play it back for you guys in its entirety while I was making comments about it. So let's see if this works. So let's share, presenting.
And it's not EA's fault. It's not, hey, gaming sucks right now, and it's not EA's fault. It's not Activision's fault. It's not Ubisoft's fault. Guess what? It's fucking your fault.
Not really. It's kind of not really, honestly, our fault. It's kind of the industry's fault. It's kind of Microsoft's fault. It's kind of Sony's fault. It's kind of Nintendo's fault. It's kind of everybody's fault. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, we just can't do anything about it, and it sucks. You kind of can't really blame everything on fanboys, but you can try. Continue.
It's my fault, and here's fucking why. And I'm irritated as shit the more I think about this. Right now, gaming is based in hype culture. It's based in common consensus. It has nothing to do with freedom of thought. It has nothing to do with having your opinion or your own decisions. You remember when being a fan meant you enjoyed the particular experience that was provided by the thing?
Yeah, I remember that. I actually still do that. It's called, waking up every day at 5 p.m., picking up the controller, playing the games because I actually enjoy them and I actually want to kick people's asses, not just because I actually want to play Battlefield 4 for some unknown God-given reason, because I want to play PUBG and try to get that chicken dinner. I play it because I enjoy it. That actually still exists. It still exists to this day. Now, maybe not to you, but to me, it actually does. Continue.
Movie, game, song, band, whatever. But that's not right anymore. There are the things you're supposed to be a fan of and the things you're not. We are more connected than ever. And here's what happens when everybody is basically one big group.
Yeah, when everybody's one big group, you get people like ponies. You get like people like BGST, the Weapon Wheel, Santa Claus, freaking Donald Trump. You get a whole bunch of people when everybody come together and form this consensus that everybody's right about everything. And that's actually how the popularity vote actually should have won, because if everybody came together and voted and agreed on everything, we'd have a better democracy.
A common consensus spreads like a fucking wildfire. You and 5 of your friends probably have multiple levels of common consensus amongst each other without even realizing it, or maybe while realizing it.
Maybe not. I don't know. I have a lot of friends, so I actually have more than 5 on my Xbox friends list. So I was like, sometimes I'm actually in a party with like over like 8 people, or sometimes I'm in a free-for-all match with like a lot of people and everybody's talking at once. So if we all get into a free-for-all match and we all form this consensus that freaking free-for-all is stupid and Call of Duty sucks, then that just means it must suck, right? No.
So imagine if you could contact everybody on the planet with a single tweet.
You actually can. That's what Twitter is called. That's actually what Facebook is called. Yeah, that's what the news is called. It works.
How fast could you start a common consensus? People hating video games and critiquing them for things that aren't even in them, and when you question that, you realize, oh, they haven't played it. They haven't even played the game. People tell me Star Wars Battlefront 2 is...
He's about to say that it sucks, that it's unbalanced, that it's pay to win, so on and so forth. We've heard that. Well, I can say that, and I can honestly actually not even touch the multiplayer, and I don't need to play it to actually tell you that, because I can just legitimately look at somebody else's gameplay and see it for my own eyes.
Pay to win. I asked them how, and you would think if there's a real issue, they could tell me. Now, I know star cards need to be balanced. I know the weapon play in general needs to be balanced. It needs to be tweaked. But nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about how EA is pay to win. It's pay to win. Hey, Anakin, I purchased the High Ground DLC. Yeah, hilarious.
Well, if you already know all this concepts and what's wrong with it, why are you actually even playing it? Is it because you actually enjoy the game? Good for you. I'm that type of person that unless it's actually balanced, I don't actually touch it. That's why I played about, what was it, a little under 5 hours of the actual gameplay of the story. I beat it, and then I dropped it, and I was done.
But the thing is even if it was true, it doesn't matter to these fuckwits that will believe anything a YouTuber tells them.
That's because everybody is stupid.
Makes making content difficult because I am either.
Guess what? Life is difficult. We've all been there. We are all there. You know, it's 2017. Hell, you know, this government is difficult. This country is difficult. It's called being a grown-up. It's called actually having responsibility. And it's called getting the essence of reality of this wonderful world we live in. It sucks. Deal with it.
Causing a common consensus by stating my personal views based in my experience. So I'm trying to educate and mature myself so that I don't cause fucking flame wars in other people's comment sections inadvertently. Here's what I mean. When I make a video, I'm competing against that other guy, a different channel, a different gaming channel, a more critical gaming channel, a more analytical gaming channel. I don't know if I have the right opinion.
Well, opinions are kind of everybody else's own business. That's kind of like, I do opinion pieces most of the time because the opinion concept is you're never wrong because it's your own personal thought. You know, it doesn't come from anybody else. But, let's see what you have to say about that.
I don't know if I'm taking the right course of action in the way that I'm speaking, the way that I'm discussing certain things. Everyone is acting like one big group that has a common consensus. Now, you could probably say we're about 5 different groups of people.
No, we're just ponies, bots, and Nintendo weirdos. That's 3.
When you look at the things we're all fans of, you've seen those jokes that say, like, there's 2 types of people: Xbox, PlayStation, Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Del Taco, whatever, Ford, Chevy. It's unfortunately very true. Our brand association and how we want to be validated for associating with that brand has gotten to a point that has me more than angry, more than irritated. I forgot what it feels like to enjoy a game, and I'm constantly wondering, is this the right game? Is this the good game? Does this game run at the right frame rate? Or...
Well, if you're wondering all those things, how about you take a step back, look in the mirror, and simply do the honest truth of the matter. Decide for your own goddamn fucking self. Don't let anybody else tell you what type of, if this is a good game. Play it and then see for yourself. Don't go off anybody else's personal view. Especially not IGN, since they're also fucking biased.
Is this game on the right platform? Or is this game being boycotted right now? Let me check. Oh, why is it being boycotted? Oh, the people that are boycotting it don't seem to fucking know. I asked somebody on my live stream what was wrong with Battlefront, and they couldn't tell me. I asked people back in the day, what's wrong with Infinite Warfare? And they couldn't tell me.
Well, I could tell you. Infinite Warfare was the most hated Call of Duty in history. It legitimately had a futuristic feel that was garbage as fuck. And Black Ops 3 did a better job at futuristic shit, plain and simple. But the only thing that was positive about it was that it had Jon Snow in it. That's pretty much it. But the whole freaking campaign was basically, die at the very end, concept sacrifice, honorably, in, the state of, Starship Troopers, ripoff of Halo versus COD, so on and so forth. I could have told you what was wrong with it, And as far as Battlefield goes, Battlefield too realistic, and just not everybody's type of game. Plain and simple.
Other than some bullshit about the leaderboards not working, which doesn't affect the core game. What's wrong with the core game? No one could tell me. And when I would show statistical videos or send statistical videos to people that prove that certain things weren't pay to win, that weren't overpowered, when I did statistical analysis in the most basic sense and just found numbers and sent them to people, they still wouldn't budge. It's stubbornness. It's childish. It's horrible. I'm starting to hate my old content because of what it was becoming.
Well, if starting to hate your old content because of what it's becoming, common sense then dictates that when you make content, make sure it's future-proof. Do not make something that can be proven wrong in set amount of years ahead of time. You know, it's kind of like Resurrection when he made The Lion King, and he made fun of freaking, Wonderful Next Gen and, Moochie Zazu and King Mega as Rafiki. And he said the Scorpio was damage control. Well, now we know, now that the Xbox X is out, it wasn't damage control. It legitimately is proven to be the most powerful console on the freaking console market. So that actually was not future-proof. Now, if you're having issues with your content that you made in the past, probably should have had the common sense to look forward and see, can this be disproven in set amount of years ahead of time? Then you wouldn't have that problem, and you wouldn't be feeling pissed off.
Toxic, inflammatory, immature shit. So what I'm trying to learn to do is appreciate things for what they are. Some games have less content than others. Some games have more balanced gunplay than others. Some games are really good when it comes to telling a story, and other games aren't so much. And I'm having to separate my appreciation for what something is and why people like it, and my personal opinion, why I love or hate it.
True, but then again, you could simply just say, or you could simply just understand the concept that some companies give you good story games, some give you good multiplayer games, some games give you trash games, some games give you mobile games. You can understand the concept before you try to attempt it. You don't have to just totally understand that just here and now. I get your age, and I get you're not old enough to understand that, but at least you're understanding it now, so props to you.
For instance, let me explain what I just said. I do not like playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Nor do I. Rainbow Six Siege is garbage.
I'll play a match or two every once in a while, but I'm not very good. I don't enjoy playing it. I don't have a group to play it with, and if I did, I don't think I would join them that often. It's not my kind of game.
Then don't play it.
Care if you have the fastest, most intense game of Rainbow Six Siege ever. It's still 1,000 times more boring than a moderately paced match in my other favorite shooters, such as Battlefield, Call of Duty, Doom, or Titanfall.
I agree with everything except Doom and Battlefield. Those are not comparable. But I totally understand, and you are right. Correct.
It's boring. It's a frustrating game, and I don't like how people play it, especially on console casual. And see, there's that thing. I say that, and I'm like, wait, am I going to get critiqued for playing the console version or the casual playlist? Because I can't even get in the ranked playlist because I'm not good enough, and everybody in there.
Well, we always get to that point when we're actually not good enough to play a game, and then we don't go into your ranked matches. Then the common sense would be, if you're not good enough at a game to begin with, don't actually try to get good at it to begin with, because you're just not going to get good enough. It's like the concept if my stepfather, for example, wanted to play Call of Duty, but in his first match of ever playing it, I see him go 0-30. I'm gonna be like, no, this guy can never play this game. Same concept, except you're way younger.
Is way better than me. I don't have time to learn the game because I have too many games to play. But anyway.
Then you need to spread out your time, and you have to really decide which of these games you really want to play the most, and really put that work in. Because I know you're over the age of high school, so I know for a fact you don't go to school no more, unless you go to college, and in which case, props to you.
All of my personal things aside, because yes, I'm personally able to dislike a game, but I can appreciate that it's a AAA game that took a risk and has brought back its player base after a terrible launch, after being broken. I mean, in all honesty, Rainbow Six Siege should have failed, but Ubisoft fully realized its potential and it's one of the best games out there. I don't like it. I don't like to sit and play it, but it is one of the best games out there. See what I did there? See what I'm doing there? That's what I'm trying to look at things. Yes, I don't like that, but it has value. Because what I noticed about people that didn't like Infinite Warfare, or they praised Battlefield 1, is they weren't able to critique it, they were not able to benefit of the doubt it, they weren't able to do either of those things to either of the games. They were just love and hate. And that...
Yeah, well, love and hate go together like Mario and Luigi. You know, they're both sides of the same coin, except one, you legitly either hate something or you legitly love something. It's kind of like Xbox and Sony. One hate, the other hates each other, the other loves each other. You know, but everybody, Japanese all love Nintendo. It's their praise of God.
That is the two black and white absolutes that I'm tired of. No real arguments, no real critical thought, no real analysis, no actual opinions.
Well, I'm actually giving you an actual opinion right now, and I can tell you actual opinions do exist. You know, you just have to find those intelligent people. And I get what you're saying. Intelligent people do not exist that often, but they do exist. You know, it's like phantoms. You know, you see them every once in a while. Like, and kind of like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where the green light shoots up into the sky, only happens on a rare occasion. On a rare occasion, you find someone intelligent.
You know how easy it is to have an opinion? You look at a thing in its entirety, and...
Actually, to get an opinion of something, I legitimately only just have to look at it. I don't even have to actually even play it all the way through. I don't even have to even see it. Or, well, I don't even have to see it all the way through. I can legitimately just play less than 2 minutes or even watch 2 minutes of gameplay. I'm like, do I like this game? Does this look interesting? No? Okay, pass.
Decide for yourself whether or not you enjoy it. And if it's not based on someone else's preconceived notions, if it's not based on someone else's already negative or positive opinion, and it's literally coming from the center of your heart and your brain coming together going, I like this thing or I don't like this thing, that's called an opinion. And you can have those yourself. So I know what you're thinking, boom, who are you to say that these people don't have their own opinions? Well, I know how they don't. You see, when you have an opinion...
Really? You know how they don't have opinions? Are you inside my head, bro? Are you inside my head? Do you actually speak to God and God speaks through my brain? Like, do you actually, are you mind readers? Are you telepathic? Are you Professor X-Man? Because we have a Professor X-Man, but, he looks way different and he actually has hair, but, that's, or he doesn't actually have hair, but, it's cool. If you honestly think we all don't have opinions, that's awesome as fuck. But just so you know, you have to be telepathic to read minds. And I'm pretty sure you actually can't read minds because that is actually not possible. So if you're not a mind reader, shut the fuck up.
Opinion or preference, and someone asks you what it is, even if you're the worst at explaining things, and I used to be, even if you're the worst at
well, it used to be. Well, I consider you actually still. Oh, well, I say you're getting better, but we'll see by the end of this video.
Explaining things, you should at least be able to give a reason, but they can't. People.
Well, I can actually give reasons. I can give you reasons all the time. Why don't I like Horizon Zero Dawn? Because it's a Judgment Day ripoff. Why don't I like Uncharted? Because it's a freaking Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones ripoff. Why do I like Halo? Because it's competitive. Because it's old as hell. It's one of the grandfathers of shooters for the console space, and I love the story. There, I just gave you a whole bunch of reasons. Reasons do exist.
Can't give me reasons. They can't give me reasons why I should or shouldn't be playing something. They can't give me reasons why this is a thing or why this isn't a thing. I don't need 4. I don't need 5. I need 1. Give me one reason.
Well, I just gave you a whole bunch of reasons. So I'm pretty sure the people you're talking to are not that intelligent. But then again, considering the people that you actually hang out with and actually know, I would dearly hope that you are in the the lower spectrum of intelligence. But continue.
Reason. Just one. I asked somebody the other day on iFunny, of all places, why they were angry about the lack of net neutrality, and they couldn't tell me. They didn't know. I asked one of my friends that I play with sometimes what net neutrality is, and he couldn't tell me. Couldn't do it. His friend couldn't either. People don't even understand what it is. It's headline.
No, people actually understand what it is. You just have to get the right age group to actually understand what it is. you know, or you could legitimately just look it up on the news. It's really simple. Probably the people you were asking were under the age of 10 and didn't understand real world actual issues.
I'm reading it. Oh, my favorite YouTuber doesn't like this thing. I don't like it either. My favorite YouTuber loosely explained something in its most basic form, and I believed them. So here's where I'm conflicted.
Well, I've already actually said this in other videos. You should never, 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 never take anybody's opinion as fact, because it is their own opinion. So, you know, if people are taking people at their word, you know, and not trying it themselves, maybe they're too young, maybe they're just stupid, maybe they're not intelligent, maybe they don't want to try the games for themselves, they want other people to tell them how it is. It's kind of like how this whole PUBG situation got started. Everybody from the freaking PC master race to Xbox people, the ones that are trying it, say the game is garbage, but there are a small faction of people that actually like it and say the game is really good, even though it's, you know, choppy, even though its frame rate drops, all bunch of stuff. But you should never really listen to what somebody else says about a game until you try it yourself. And he's going to get to that.
Scared to create common consensus in people, especially young people and especially stupid people. I am scared to...
Yeah, the world is full of stupid people. We get that.
Combat an already pre-existing common consensus, because one, I don't know if my opinion's better or worse. You know, that's one thing is kind of scary about your own opinion, is you don't know if it's the right one, but it's yours. You have to own it.
Well, that's kind of the concept of opinion. You know, it doesn't actually have to be the right one. It just has to be yours. You know, I could say the sky is purple, but you could say it's blue. You know, on a rare occasion, the sky is purple. So on the day that I saw the sky turn purple, I granted my own personal thought that the sky was blue. And it didn't matter that if it was the right one on a regular day basis, because on the actual day that it happened, it was right. So in my mind, the sky was always purple. But in reality, it's actually blue. But you get where I'm going.
But I know I'm going to get negative feedback and dislikes for standing up for something or for putting something down. The thing is that people don't know. They don't know why they're mad, and they can't tell me why they're happy. And that's scary.
I can normally tell if I'm happy or if I'm sad or if I'm, you know, tired, or, you know, I normally have the intelligence to tell you either way. You know, if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I'm mad, if I'm glad, you know, I normally have the intelligence. But younger people don't have the intelligence to do that because their brains are not fully developed yet, so they don't have the intelligence to tell you that. And maybe all you're doing is just talking to 13 and under 10-year-olds who like have to have their mommy tell them everything and just don't have that intelligence yet. Maybe that's the way it works.
I'm noticing it more and more. If you are so unable to articulate a reason you enjoy investing hours into something, then maybe you should ask yourself why you enjoy it. Do you just...
No, because I'm pretty sure everybody understands why they actually enjoy it, if it's not even just for the plain, you know, reason of addiction. You know, gaming is an addiction. It is an addicting hobby. It is a very expensive hobby. And in reality, you honestly should know that before you criticize people for doing something. You know, I could legitimately say, you know, I love energy drinks, but it's not the concept that they're addicting to drink. It's not the concept that they're, you know, they taste good. It's the concept that they keep me awake. So, you know, all I need to know is this will keep me awake for set amount of hours. This will do this for this amount of time. And bam, I have a reason to use it. You know, people find Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch happy to use. Bam, that's all the reason they need to actually use it.
Just like the validation you feel when you play that big game that everyone's playing. Do you just like the way it feels when you're doing the thing your friends are doing?
No, not really, because most of all my friends play Gears of War 4, and that's about 1 year out of date by now. So I actually have fun playing the new Call of Duty. I actually have fun playing, well, I don't really necessarily have fun, but it is addicting to play, which is PUBG. But, you know, I go with the times, man, and you got to go with the times. And if you don't go with the times, then people start to feel left out of the concept of actually not playing, as you say, what everybody else is playing. So you got to roll with the times. And I know a decent amount of people that have issues with that. You know, they don't roll with the times, or a good majority of them don't. You know, and that's why you still have people playing your wonderful Battlefield 4. You have people wonderful playing Gears of War 4. You have wonderful people playing, freaking Master Chief Collection. You have a whole bunch of people still playing old games that they like the consensus of playing over and over again, for the mere fact that maybe it's just enjoyable to them.
You like that feeling? Is that what gets you going? I know this sounds like one of those open your eyes, think for yourselves people videos that I honestly hate.
No, it actually doesn't sound like that. It sounds like you're bitching for no apparent reason, just a bitch. And, when someone bitches for no reason, I kind of like to call them out on it because it's actually kind of fun. Because when you bitch for no reason and you don't have a purpose to it, it kind of makes you sound stupid.
And in a way it is, and in a way I hate saying it, but...
Well, if you hate saying something, don't say it. Common sense.
I have to say it. Because I'm not saying everyone's wrong and I'm right and you're believing wrong people.
Well, that's actually what it really does actually sound like. It does actually saying that everybody is wrong, you're right, and everybody else's opinion can go fuck themselves. That's kind of what you're basically sounding like.
That's a completely oversimplification in this whole video. What I'm saying is that we are based in common consensus, and just because everyone thinks something, it doesn't mean it's right.
Normally if if a large amount of group of people believe something enough, it actually becomes an actual reality. Like for example, no one thought, except us Xbox people, that the X would be the most powerful console on the planet, even though Microsoft said it would. No one believed it. Everybody called them, freaking, damage control to, frauds to a whole bunch of things. Then when it actually came out and so many people believed it, and Microsoft even said they believed it, and they turned out to be right, there you go. So it just goes to show, if enough people believe in something, that belief becomes actual reality.
Does it? If an entire country thought it was okay to take over the world and kill anyone that stood in their way, that doesn't mean it's right. You know what I'm talking about? And the people in that country that actually don't want their country to take over the world, the people that want their country to stand down and be kind, are ridiculed, killed, thrown away. That's a bad thing. And it sounds dramatic, but what I'm saying is you can't throw people away. You can't dismiss their opinions. And I'm sorry, yes, you have to justify your own. Especially if you're an adult. You have to be able to justify why you want something or why something should happen. Especially if you're going to go on the internet and write comments and make videos and you're going to go on...
Which is what I'm doing right now.
Twitter and argue with somebody. You better be damn confident in why you like, dislike, disagree, agree, love, or hate something. And then you...
My man, I'm so confident that I love my Xbox, man, that legit, if I could fuck it, I would. That's how confident I am. I'm sorry.
You have to be honest when it's not objective. You don't have a reason something's bad. You don't have a reason something's good. You don't have it. You just feel it. At least own your ignorance. At least own that you don't know where the feeling's coming from. Don't stand up for someone else's opinion. Stand up for yours and really enjoy the way it feels to stand by your conviction in the way.
Stand up, I believe. Stand up, I believe. Stand up, I believe.
You feel. It's important. It might sound self-indulgent, but it's a lot better than standing up for what someone else thinks about something. That's not you. And the amount of channels I see on YouTube that are just based in everybody believing everything they say, regardless of how rational, intelligent, or well thought out, kind, or appreciative it is, doesn't matter. They will believe that person and then spew that rhetoric. And when someone is just spewing rhetoric that they've heard from somewhere else, they can't explain it. They can't define it. They can't put their finger on it. And they can't put your mind at ease by telling you something you want to hear.
Well, I actually know a decent amount of people that can. You're just probably not meeting the right people.
Can't. They can't tell you the thing you want to hear. They can't answer the question you want answered. They can't do it because they're just saying what someone else thinks. Okay? So yes, I'm repeating the same thing over and over again because this video is going to get misconstrued as I'm right, they're wrong, and that's not the case at all. We are all fucking human, man.
Yes, we are actually all human. We are all human. Some of us are all assholes. Some of us are all stupid. Some of us are just plain dumb. But you know what? That's the reality that we actually live in. Sucks to be us.
Humans don't work with a hive mind. Hive minds lead to bad things. Groups of people that wanted Call of Duty to go back to its roots, that are now very bored with Call of Duty World War II.
Well, I would say November MPD says you're wrong. I would say that the multiple amount of people I find playing Call of Duty say you're wrong, and it's actually quite fun. So the people who wanted what they got what they wanted, and now they're happy. I think we have a little less, too many master procedures already, but hey, it's only December. It's only going to get worse.
Didn't even realize that going back to its roots is a step back. It's a break from the new. It's a break from the innovative. And now they don't realize why they're bored. It's not because COD World War II has only 9 maps for the base game modes. You're fucking bored because your content's gone. The new things you've never seen before are gone. Welcome to the familiar and the boring. Did you really know what you wanted when you asked for it? Or were you asking on behalf of someone else?
No, we knew what we wanted when we asked for boots on the ground. We wanted no futuristic bullshit. We wanted no space jumping. We wanted no AW, although we got AW sniping, so at least we got half of what we asked for. But World War II, good game. So I'm pretty sure everybody is all happy. Weren't happy with the launch. The launch sucked, but it got better. It's fixed. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
So that I know you made it till this point in the video, in your comment, leave the word airplane. If you don't leave the word airplane, I'm going to assume you didn't hear my whole video, my whole point, and therefore I'm not going to pay yours the time of day. So make sure you write airplane in your comment, whether at the top or the bottom of it.
Does it hurt if I say airplane? Okay. That's the end of the video. Okay. So, for everybody who watches this, just know that, if you guys like that sense of humor and you guys like that personality of Reaper, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me if you heard everything. I don't do this type of personality very often, but people have actually seen I am capable of it. So I was kind of curious when I was doing my when I was watching a movie and I was talking to my friend. I'm like, yo, what would everybody think if I actually just turned off the sensitivity on my brain and just went ham on somebody's, opinion, just to be funny, And some of you might not find that funny. Some of you might find it petty. That's cool if you do. I don't care. But just like if you like that type of surgery, let me know, and I'll do more of these, on more of these videos. Now, if you guys didn't find this enjoyable because you don't know who this person is, so you don't understand the amusement of it, cool. Name someone's, gaming video that you actually want me to do this on, and I will actually do it. But, let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed it, if you heard everything, and, if you didn't, I will redo it, and I will, I'll try to make it a little bit louder because this is my first time doing this, so cut me some slack. But this is T Reaper. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and also enjoy that video tomorrow. Community, you guys are having a fun holiday message tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Later. Peace.